welcome to our Wednesday night team call. I am so excited to have a special guest speaker, Miss Hollie Garvey. Hollie has been coaching with us for a while now, and she is a rock star diamond on our team. And one thing that I was saying earlier before we started recording that I love about Hollie and her business is that she is always there. She shows up for years on the coffee chats, on the team calls. She's at events. She flies to Christmas parties. She goes to Summit. She does all the things in terms of showing up for her business. And so I'm so excited for her to share her heart and her knowledge with you. So hopefully you guys can put any distractions aside and really sit down and focus on what she has to share with you tonight. So Hollie, I'm going to turn it over to you, girlfriend.
Thank you. Funny you say that. That's actually one of the topics that I wanted to touch on tonight, is showing up, because it wasn't always a thing for me. So anyway, I actually put together a little slideshow presentation. So bear with me because it's all new and I'm stepping outside my comfort zone in doing this. So ignore anything in my background. I'm going to share my screen, I think. All right, can everyone hear me okay? Okay. So I just wanted to discuss some of the things that I wish I had known when I first started out with coaching. And I'm sure it was mentioned to me over and over again, and I just opted not to listen, and not necessarily intentionally. But sometimes we just don't realize how important the things are that are being told to us. And sorry, I'll get rid of this. So I just wanted to touch base on a few things that really meant a lot to me. Hold on, here we go. First of all, one of the things that I really didn't do is figure out what my goals were. I knew I wanted to help people, but I wasn't really sure how, and I also knew that I wanted to help myself. So one of the things I really wanted to try and make clear tonight is, if for nothing else, if you could just tonight or tomorrow sit down and really think about what your goals are for being a coach, it'll definitely help you along the journey. Just write it all down. Are you there just for the discount, which is fine? Are you there for the accountability? Are you there just because you wanted to help others and work on yourself? Are you there to make some extra money? Or are you there to actually build a thriving business? And when you figure all of that out, you'll be able to base your actions on those goals. And just always remember why you started the journey. When you remember your why, trust me, it'll get you through your toughest days. And yes, we have plenty of them. So, stepping out of your comfort zone. I am a super shy person, and I'm not sure if many of you know that, but I am. It takes me a little while to warm up to people, and some people in the past have claimed that I was a little standoffish, bitchy, whatever you want to say, but it's just because I'm quiet and I'm shy until I get to know people. So that can be a disadvantage for us in this business. And so what you want to do is definitely keep that in mind. People are going to understand you a little bit easier if you just put yourself out there. So don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. You know, the saying is, great things never come from your comfort zone. Success lies on the other side of your comfort zone. It may definitely be weird and awkward at first. You're going to get a lot of no's. You'll get a lot of rejections, but don't take them personally. It just means that they are not ready right now. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. And you know something? Even if you are doing something wrong, you learn from your mistakes. So don't hold it against yourself, okay? The more you do, the easier it definitely gets. And I don't mean that it's easy being a coach, but it's easier to accept those no's, and it's easier to have those conversations the more you do them and the more you have them. And one of the things you definitely want to participate in as much as you possibly can with the team. The more you participate, the better your business will be, the better you will become. In the beginning, I definitely did not participate as much as I should have. I tried to get on the team calls, but also you have to understand I signed up as a discount coach. And so the team calls, the national wake-up call, I felt like those weren't for me because I wasn't really coaching. But in reality, I definitely could have learned so much more if I just plugged into it all. So I would absolutely recommend hopping on the coffee chats, making sure you are present for the team calls. I know sometimes it's late for people at 9 o'clock at night. Sometimes it's good for them because it's when the kids are in bed. Whatever the case may be, make it a priority for your business. You don't have to stay up until 10 o'clock every night, but Wednesday nights is one night a week. And there's important information that you can get from being on the team calls. Sometimes it might be redundant, but trust me, as redundant as it can be, a lot of times we just let it go in one ear and out the other until we're ready for that information. And then like, that was an amazing call. I needed that information. And it could have been told to you 2 years ago. But when you're ready, you'll absorb what you need to know. So there's no I in team. And what I mean by that is, you don't have to worry about figuring everything out on your own because you have a team and you need to utilize that team to learn from. So when you get on those calls, you'll have the chance to practice interaction skills. We'll talk a lot about how to handle certain topics with customers, conversations, how you want to plan your challenge groups, and you'll be able to share knowledge with others as well as learn from others. We can talk about what works for us when we're inviting, how we handle objections, things like that. It's a great time to ask questions. And never, ever be afraid to reach out to any of your teammates. It doesn't matter who your upline coach is, we're all a team. And I mean that like throughout the whole network too. You will meet amazing people on other teams. Don't be afraid to have friends on other teams. You can learn from each other. It's amazing. I actually met 2 coaches on the flight to Summit in New Orleans. And we got stranded on the runway. And we ended up taking off. It was late, but because we were late, we missed our connecting flight, or we were about to miss our connecting flight. So we talked about renting a car and driving 8 hours together. And, it was just really funny how it all just played out. And since that day, we've all become extremely close and great friends. And one of them actually leads the Super Saturday up here in New Hampshire. So you just never know what kind of friendships you're going to make through the community that you have right here in Epic Empire, as well as the entire Beachbody community. So don't be afraid to reach out. There's so many resources out there. So when I know that I always have this issue of like asking questions, I always feel like, is that a dumb question? And then I'll ask it and Nicole will be like, oh yeah, so I just Googled that. And I'm like, oh, dang it, why didn't I Google? I mean, don't be afraid to Google, but don't be afraid to ask questions either. Try and find the answer the best you can. A lot of us are, working during the day and trying to juggle like conversations with customers, and we just don't really have the time or the resource to actually get the answers we need when we need them. But, we're definitely not going to reach out to everybody for questions. Constantly do what you can on your own, but don't be afraid to reach out for help. Oops, Sorry. Okay. Okay. So, personal development. I definitely did not think I needed personal development. I turned my nose up at it like crazy. And I guess it's because I just didn't understand. Don't knock it until you try it. And I totally wish that I jumped into it early on, because it would have helped me through a lot of situations in life, not even in my coaching business, but in life. And so I highly recommend, if you don't have a personal development book that you're working on right now, find one. Ask your teammates. I'll give you a list of what ones I actually have liked. It's definitely helped me. It's allowed me to grow with my business in ways that I never thought possible. It's definitely helped me transform my personal life in ways that I never would have expected. Just overall growth. I can't even tell you. It's just invaluable information. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to pick up a personal development book and just read. Try and read like 10 pages a day. I do Audible. I play it on my way to work. I play it on my way home from work. I literally, in my car, have not listened to music for probably 2 years now, because I'm constantly dialed into personal development books. I also go on to Beachbody Champions and I watch all of their videos. I listen to the National Wake Up Call in my car. If I cannot be on at 11 o'clock on Mondays, I play it on my way home from work. I never say I'll wait and listen to it later, because I know later never comes. And so I need to make sure that I make that a priority in my business. These are the books that I've actually been able to enjoy. There's probably more, but these ones were the top ones that I could think of. Currently, I'm reading or listening to T is for Transformation by none other than the Shawnee boy himself. And a few tidbits that I just wanted to touch on is the most important thing in this business is to be consistent on social media. I'm a Facebook girl. I'm still trying to do my Instagram. I'm still trying to be as consistent as possible with that. It's a struggle, but I'm working on it. And I'm trying to be coachable with that so that I can learn. If you're not showing up, you're not presenting yourself in a manner that your people would look at you and say, well, she's showing up every day for herself, so I know she'll show up every day for me. You know, when you disappear, they'll be afraid that you're going to disappear on them. So even if you're having issues, you know, if you're having a bad day, if you're having problems, don't be afraid. I mean, you obviously don't have to hang your dirty laundry out there completely, but you don't be afraid to live out loud and let people understand where you're coming from and what's going on in your life. That is super, super important in order to build that relationship with them and to build that trust with them. And the other thing is take 100% responsibility of your business. It is your business. You are your own CEO. Anything that's going on in your business is because of your efforts or your lack thereof. So make sure if something is not working the way you wanted it to, you step back and you reevaluate what you're doing. And we all need to do that. If you're struggling and you need a push, reach out to somebody in the team. If you haven't found a success partner yet, I highly recommend doing that. I'm telling you right now, that is a huge help in your business. All right, so the other thing, yes. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I tend to procrastinate a lot, and I wait for things to like be perfect. I try to make sure I understand everything, I have all the answers before I start talking to people, or at least I used to. And, you know, it was hard for me to take action because I wasn't confident in what I was going to say. And then I realized I just needed to do it. You just have to take the action. It'll all fall into place. Brandon Bouchard, I think it was, at Summit last year or the year before, I don't even remember what year. But anyway, he said, just jump and figure out how to fly once you're out there, and don't be afraid. Just do it. Just take the action. If you need help, reach out to your upline for, advice on how to handle the situation. I'll try to remember to share in Epic some of the conversation starters that I had that seemed to be working really well. So anyway, just jump, and mistakes are inevitable. All you have to do is readjust your sails, figure out what was working before, what's not working, how you can fix it. Again, talk to your teammates. All right, so like I said earlier, plugging into the National Wake Up Call, super important. I really wish I started that first thing. Doesn't matter if you're a discount coach, just do it. Just get on there and listen. Just listen to all the tidbits they have to share with you. It's funny because some of the things are reiterated, like I said earlier, but they hit you differently when you're at different stages of your business, if that makes any sense. So if you're an emerald and they're talking about something that's a little bit above you, when you get a little bit above where you are now, then it'll make some sense. So don't look at it as, oh, I keep hearing the same thing. I'm not going to bother. I have a coach who actually said something like that to me one time. She said, it feels like I'm just hearing the same thing over and over again. You need to really listen and grab the information and the nuggets that are going to, pertain to you. So anyway, I totally wish that I had attended live events my very first year, even though I was a discount coach, because you gain so much from being there. You get to meet other coaches, like I said earlier, and you get to learn from them. It's a great source, a great way to network with other coaches, and you get to work out with them. You get to work out with trainers. You get to talk to the trainers, maybe get pictures with the trainers. It's a great way to showcase to your community, or to your people, the community that surrounds us as a coach. So, this totally goes for Zoom workouts too. You're doing these workouts with other people who are across the country, and it's like, you have to think about those people who can't get out of the house. My situation was my mother-in-law had Alzheimer's, and so I had to close down my day spa in order to be around to care for her. And so I had very little ability to get out of the house. When we built our house solely for entertaining because we knew we couldn't get out. And so finding an at-home workout that actually works is freaking amazing. Now, if they had the Zoom workouts back then, I would have been so excited. Probably would have been a heck of a lot further than where I wanted to be. But anyway, definitely showcase those Zoom workouts. If you are not doing a Zoom workout right now with your teammates, try to make it happen. There's the nighttime one at 7, there's morning ones, there's afternoon ones. Find one that fits your schedule. Super important, guys. So the other thing is Success Club. I never really made that a non-negotiable. And I'm not really sure why, but it wasn't a thing that was on my radar every month. Maybe because I looked at it as I was a discount coach, I really wasn't in it for the business. But I'll tell you something, Success Club, it shows that you are helping people. It shows that you want to help make a difference in this world. So just reach out to people. It doesn't matter if they say yes or no. Let them know what is available to them, because I'm telling you right now, the more conversations you have, the easier it is to find 3 people that are like, oh my gosh, I need that so much. And you can start changing lives. It's just an amazing way to gauge how many new people that you're helping each month. It allows you to receive free customer leads from Beachbody. It also allows you to earn free trips. Who doesn't want a free trip? I mean, my goodness. So I guess the final thing is just the biggest thing was I wish I wasn't afraid to be me when I first started. I felt like I had to be like all the other coaches out there. And that is the worst thing you could possibly do. So, you know, just do you. Do you. I mean, I honestly, yes, I do like to play with makeup. I do like to dress up. But you know what? This is like me, and I'm not out to impress anybody on that end. And I don't care. I do my workout videos. I do them. I have fun with them. I really don't care what people think, because it's me. And if I worry about what they think, then it's going to be the thief of my joy. And I will not have the joy to be helping others in this business anymore. Your audience wants to see you. They don't want to see you pretending to be somebody else. They want to know you. And if they're not attracted to you, they're not your people. So don't be afraid to be you. The worst thing you could do is pretend to be somebody you're not, attract the people that you don't want to be around, and then you're stuck with them, right? So make sure the people you are trying to attract are the people that you would love to spend a weekend retreat with, you know, or go on a Success Club trip with, or whatever. Make sure those are the people that you are trying to reach out to. Share your journey. I can't stress that enough. Share your journey every step of the way. Share it. Just constantly share what you're going through. The less perfect you are, the better it is. The more it's going to be relatable. Be vulnerable. Don't worry. You know, don't worry about what people are going to think. And I'm not saying hang your dirty laundry out there for everybody, but just, you know, share your triumphs, share your struggles, share your failures, share your good days, your bad days, how you overcame something that you were struggling with. Offer, you know, some good content for people, and just share your daily life. I mean, share about your kids, share about, you know, your dogs, share about your job, share about your sick mother-in-law you're caring for, share about things that you are going through, because you'll be more apt to have other people relate to you that way. You know, I guess the hardest thing is when somebody says something not so nice to you, and how you handle that. Don't let them take you down. I had a post one time, and it was a selfie mode, and then one time I did my follow-up post. It was my before picture and my progress picture. So my before picture was selfie mode, and the progress picture was face on mode. So my tattoo was on the other side, and somebody attacked me and said that I was a fraud, and look at the tattoo. Oh, did that miraculously move over to the other side too? Photoshop, blah, blah, blah. You know what? If that happens, reach out to us, because the worst thing you can do is let that eat up at you. You need to reach out to us and we will love on you and show that person that you are way better than they are, because clearly they have some issues that they need to deal with, and it's not you, it's them. Okay, so just don't ever take that personally. As hard as that may seem, we have the block button for that, right? So just make sure you understand that it is not you. Okay, what you're doing is awesome. What you're doing to help others, what you're doing to show others is amazing. You need to always show love for yourself. You know, you are the only person that's always there for you. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's you. So in order for you to be successful, healthy and happy as you possibly can be, you need to love yourself above all. So make sure you believe in yourself and what you're doing. All right, so I actually have homework for you. I thought this would be fun. It's going to take a little time, so I want you guys to, maybe work on it over the next couple of days or over the weekend if you need to. But I'd like for you to sit there and think about what you want in life, what you want in your business, and what you want to accomplish by the time you're 70. Just really think about that. And write it all down. I'm not saying in just a couple sentences. I'm like, write it all down. Write out what you want your life to look like, what you want your business to look like, and what you want to have accomplished by your 70th birthday. And then you need to elaborate on those. Why do those specific things matter to you? What difference would they make if those things came true? And why is what you want important? I'll go ahead and put that in a document for you, and you guys can print it out if you want. But I'll tell you right now, those questions, those will help you a lot in your business. Figuring out your why is going to help you figure out, how to brand yourself too. So more importantly, it will help you push through all the struggles. Well, that's it, guys.
Woohoo! Loved it. And the very end, I want to piggyback on what she said. Knowing what you want and what your goals are and why you want them is so important. I think one of our speakers used this analogy once. They said, if you're trying to get to Texas, right? And if you're trying to get to Texas, you pull out Google Maps or whatever, and you map out how you're going to get there, what hotel you're going to stay at. Maybe it was Keyshawn that said it. I don't remember who said it, but you're going to map it out and you're going to know where you're going to get gas, where you're going to stay at, all of that, right? But if you don't know that you're going to Texas and you don't map any of it out and you just start driving, you're aimlessly going to get somewhere, but might not be the destination you desire to be at. So writing out your goals and reverse engineering through that of how are you going to give yourself relief and breaks when you have stress moments in your business. What are you going to do to relieve yourself, to relax and to say it's okay and to breathe? When you have haters on your social media, what are you going to do when that happens? Or do you have somebody that you can go to, an accountability partner or a group or team, whatever? Having those places in your business is super important, and that's part of goal setting. All of those pieces are super important. So I love that she said that. Also, she said earlier on the presentation, you're 100% responsible for your own business. If there is nothing more truer than anything that any coach could ever say, it's that right there. There is nobody that will build my business. If I build myself to diamond or to emerald, And I decide, you know what, that's what my coach told me to do. I'm just going to kind of keep doing what she told me to do. That you're really not going to see the potential that you could be at. And so my coach, my personal coach, said, go Emerald. And I said, all right, I'll go Emerald. And then she didn't really give me anything beyond that. It's like, okay, why don't you try to go Diamond? I'm like, okay, I'll try to go Diamond. I had that mindset, but then I said, you know what? No, I'm going to go do these things. I'm going to build a team. I want a team name. I'm going to be at every Super Saturday. I want to be on the DC Market Council. I just have started like letting my brain be creative of what Tana wanted out of this, instead of being kind of trapped in this like team mindset of I'm just going to check off the boxes. So 100% it's your business, right? What was the other thing? Oh, events. I mean, Hollie is the queen of events. She is present there, and it just shows so much in her social media and in her relationships on the team, lifelong relationships. 6 years of coaching, I've missed one Super Saturday, no summits, no Success Club trips. It's got to speak volumes, right? If a business is successful and they're always showing up. I know Kelly is always showing up unless she's pregnant. So it's important to be at those live events. And then the other thing that I love she said was about the Zoom workouts. You guys, I know that's kind of a newer thing, but it really is a great way to show your audience that you're plugged into a community, which is our biggest selling point. So any questions for Hollie tonight, or any big takeaways you had? Feel free to unmute your line. Kelly, are you celebrating over there? Kelly's in week 4 of qualification. Whoop, whoop. She took a shot. She got a drink. I'm jealous. I have nothing here. But Hollie, thank you so much for being the spirit that you are on our team. And I know, at least with the Diamond Retreats, because that's more Diamond Retreats and Success Club trips, like it's not the same if Hollie's not there. And this is a really cool thing about being a part. No, I'm serious. Everybody has this place in the family. You know what I mean? Like everybody's got the personality and their own individual gift that they give to the team. And so when we go on these Success Club trips and we go on these retreats, it's just, I don't know, it's special. You got the Kellys and you got the Hollies and you got the Kelseys. And now we want you guys there. So thank you, Hollie, for being who you are and for sharing the wisdom that you shared tonight on the team call.
Can I add something that I totally forgot about? I'm sorry.
You're okay.
You mentioned the Emerald thing, and that was another thing that I really wish I did immediately, because I had to pay the $15.95 business fee. And if I had my Emerald status, then I would get the team volume. And so therefore I would earn some of that money back. And so that's one thing that I really think people that are discount coaches should really think about. Find your friends that want to get into this. They may want to go further than you, and that's fine. Or they may want to sit back with you and just be discount coaches. But either way, it will help benefit you as well.
Absolutely. There's a question Katie put, can you give a quick summary of earning the Success Club points? Is that what you meant, Katie? Do you want to explain it, Hollie? Like, you mean like Success Club 10-5, like we talked about earlier? You can unmute if you want. You don't have to.
Yeah, I think I get it overall if you sign people up for a challenge pack versus if someone just signs up for Beach on Demand, but I didn't know if there was just kind of a quick summary in terms of earning those points.
Yes.
It's all new, right? None of it comes from anyone with their auto orders every month.
Oh, no. Okay, so when you sell a challenge pack or you sign a coach with a challenge pack, you get 2 points. If you, I said sign a coach, right? So as a coach or customer, you get 2 points. Then they're on auto ship. That is residual income that will continue to be commissioned for you and will compound the more customers you have. So for example, BOD came out 2 years ago, and all of my BOD annual renewals are kicking in, I think, next week. So everybody that bought BOD 2 years ago, every year in December, I get like this big old fat paycheck from all my annual renewals. But if you are doing those throughout the year, you're going to get a lot of residual income. But going back to Success Club, 2 points for a challenge pack and 2 points for Shakeology Home Direct. Your goal is to be above 5. Obviously, there's no such thing as 5. So you'll either be at 6 or not in Success Club. If you want to grow your business faster and you want to grow your teams faster, because your coaches typically come from challengers, you'll want to hit higher Success Club numbers. So that was always my earlier on. There were months I hit Success Club 6 or 5. There used to be a 5. But most of the time I accelerated my business faster by adding more challengers to my challenge group. So I'd hit Success Club 10 or 20 and sometimes more based on the momentum that I wanted in my business if I was pushing for a goal. So yeah, 6 points is your goal, minimum non-negotiable for moving your business forward. And then like Hollie said earlier, going emerald as quick as possible so that you can start maximizing or actually unlocking the comp plan. Does that make sense, Katie?
Yeah, and do they update the points every day, or is it only on a certain day?
I wish they did. It usually takes about 4 days. Yeah.
I would say right now it's probably like closer to 48 hours. If that.
If that.
Yeah. But it just depends on the day of the week, I feel like, and the time that they order. So the later they order, it takes longer. So if they order in the morning, it typically is like 48 hours. But I was going to say one other thing that I thought of. Sorry, totally random. But Hollie mentioned like making Success Club a non-negotiable. And like, I will tell you, I'm like 4 years in, like, that's a must. Like, plain and simple, that is a must for anybody who's working the business. And I don't care if it's the 31st of the month and you're like talking to your grandma who's 80 years old, who will probably never do a workout. Like, you hit Success Club. Not that I've ever done that, but no. But I think it's vital to your business. And I know so many people who go like 8 months of hitting Success Club and they're like, should I do it this month? Like, I still need it. And I'm like, absolutely. Yes, you should. You should not give up on month 9 because there are benefits and rewards to hitting Success Club for 12 consecutive months and then 24 consecutive months. So I think that was a good point. And I think it's something that we kind of, some people give up on a little bit too easily because it's the 28th and they're like, oh, but nobody's going to, yeah. Grandma will do it. Grandma will do it.
It's so true. And it kind of shows what kind of grit you have when you know that it's the 28th of the month and you've got 4 points. What work are you willing to put in to make it happen? Because then that work of hitting Success Club rolls into, okay, now I'm pushing for Diamond. What am I willing to do to get to Diamond? Then it rolls into, now I want to qualify for 2-star. Am I willing to work hard to get where I want to be for 2-star and 5-star and Elite? Like it gets heavier and heavier and heavier and harder. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's a part of the process and growth. But it all begins with that tenacity of hitting Success Club every month, which builds to the point where you can handle the pressure of hitting Elite and things like that, which can be very stressful. And so it starts small. It starts with just Kelly's taking shots in her 4th week of qualification for Elite and 5-star. We were like sweating and I was about to cry. I told her I was going to sleep tonight if things didn't work out. But it starts small. It starts with that decision to say Success Club's a non-negotiable for my business.
I remember one year I was literally 11:58 on New Year's Eve signing a customer up for a challenge pack because I hadn't hit Success Club yet. So it is true. You really get that mindset of, I have to do it. I'm not going to bed until it's done.
Yeah. And just to if there's anybody on the call that they're like, I yell her like crazy. Are y'all too diehard? What is going on behind? Are y'all having too many shots in this room? Lights are flickering. He's like, time to go to bed. I want my wife. That's exactly what's going on. Sorry, David. But to piggyback on again, I'm just kidding. It's based on your own goals. You know what I mean? Like, don't ever feel like, I never want somebody to leave this team and be like, all they ever talk about is killing it till you're dead and like to the last minute of the month, and you should be discouraged if you're not. It's all designed around your desires and your goals. If your goals are just to come on these calls and feel connected and loved on, jump on the Zoom workouts, that's awesome, because that's what we're here for too. But if you want to grow this into a legitimate, huge business, that is a possibility as well. And these are the things that you have to do to get there. So awesome, Hollie. Thank you so much. We love you.
Welcome.
I'm excited to go on a Success Club trip with you. All right.
I'm celebrating my birthday on this one.
Woohoo! Party! She's even wearing her tribe hat. I think that was from Mexico, right? Or was that retreat?
Summit.
I don't know. We've gotten so many trucker hats. I'm losing track. Awesome sauce. Well, and congratulations again, Candace, brand new diamond, rocking it out. And then we've got Kelly in 5-star qualification. We will all like have a rock star party once we get there. So awesome. All right. Love you guys. Have a great night. And thank you again, Hollie. All right. Bye, y'all.